What's good, guys? Alright, got the next video for you, and it is Neltharion's Lair mythic. This is the first boss, very, like all the others, very simple boss. His name's Ruckmore. Only got a few abilities as far as, to really worry about. The tank, main thing, face him away from the raid. That right there you see, the purple on the ground. That ability right there is called Crystalline Ground. As long as you stand perfectly still, don't move around, you're not going to take any damage, you're going to be fine. But if you're a dumbass and start running around, you're going to start taking a lot of damage. So when you cast that, just stand still. But as the tank, make sure that, as you taking damage, not really paying attention. But as the tank, face him away from the raid, because he does a ability, what was the name of it? Razor Shards. And when you cast that, it inflicts 450,000 nature damage to all targets in a cone in front of him. That's why you face him away. As far as healers go, just try to keep everybody topped off. Whenever you cast the Crystalline Ground, stand still, don't do any damage. Now he does pop out those little guys that you're seeing right there. What's the they are the little skitters that are running around, and whenever you kill them, they inflict 300 and no, it's not that one. Basically they do choking dusts, and it's 162,000 nature damage every second. That green shit that you see there. So don't stand in it. But that's really all there is to go over as far as this boss. Very simple. Alright guys, let's get to the next boss. Alright guys, here we got the second boss for the dungeon. You're looking at Olarog, the Craig Shark Shaper. Very few mechanics in this one as well, even though it's mythic. Mythics are a joke nowadays. But he is going to summon these little idols, and the DPS needs to make sure to down them as quickly as possible. When the idols are up, they cause fallen debris, which causes 77,350 damage when they hit the target. You can see them starting to fall now. So DPS, as soon as they spawn, you need to down them ASAP. Right here that you're looking at is called Stance of the Mountain. The boss is going to change his appearance into one of those idols, and they start moving around all over the place. So you want to try to keep your eye on which one he turns into, so that you can down that one first. Because the longer that he's in Stance of the Mountain, the more damage that you're going to take. The damage starts increasing, the longer he's in that form. As far as the tank really goes, he's going to inflict the tank with what's called Sunder. He bashes the tank for 819,500 damage, nature damage, that is. So as a healer, make sure that you have some kind of a cooldown that you can pop to get them back up pretty quickly, or as quickly as you can. There's not too terribly much damage that goes out in this fight, except for in fallen debris and when he pops out. Right here that you see, he pops up those hands. Forgot the name of that ability. But anyways, he's going to pop up. In the mythic version, he pops 4 hands. In heroics, I believe it's only 2 hands. Yeah, 2 hands in heroics. But mythic, he pops up 4. Very simple. Just, don't hit the hands as you're trying to run out from in between them. As me being a monk, I just have my Transcendence up, and if it pops up on me like it did just a second ago, I just teleport out of it. Locks can do the same thing, makes it quite simple to deal with. For the most part, it's only going to target range DPS and the healer. I've never seen it actually target a melee. But other than that, the fight's extremely simple. It doesn't take long to down this boss at all. Please make sure that you clear all the trash in this room, unless you really know what you're doing. You've got a good group, because a lot of people or pugging mythics, which is not a big deal. I mean, they're so easy, you can pug them, not even have to have voice comms, it's fine. I've done mythic plus 5s and not had to use voice comms on them. I mean, it's real simple. But just clear all the trash and you're good to go. Real simple, real quick fight. Shouldn't have any issues with it. Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright guys, this is the third boss, and I would say the hardest boss as far as this dungeon goes. Neuraxis. The reason being is it's just constant damage that's going out. You got lots of AoE on the ground that you need to look out for. Just do your healers a favor, don't stand in that crap, man. It's annoying, pisses us off. As far as on Mythic and on Heroic, you get the same thing. The crowd that's up top, they're constantly throwing rocks, which is what's, you know, a constant source of damage that's coming out. There's plenty of these little pools that form up underneath you. The pools there, basically what they do is, if you're in them, you're taking nature damage, but it also reduces your speed. Now, the cool thing about those is one of the abilities of the boss is called Spiked Tongue. He's going, with that ability there, inflicts 350,000 physical damage every second for 5 seconds. However, she's drawing the tank, or whoever she uses on, is drawing that person into the boss. And if the, if she actually does get them into the boss, she's going to gain a stack. What was the name of the stack that she gets to the boss she gets is Ravenous. It increases damage by 50%, and they do stack. So one of the things the tank could do is they could get into that pool, it slows them down as well. So she's not going to eat them, she won't get that stack. There's also a little crevice, I don't have it in this one because this tank didn't really know too terribly much. But there's a little crevice over here on the left-hand side of the room that the tank can jump into. And if you're tucked in that crevice, you won't be eaten, so she won't get the stack. But it is, as far as the fight goes, I mean, there's just tons of AoE on the ground. You know, do your best to stay out of the AoE. Healers, just do your best to keep everyone topped off. And tanks, please, just don't get eaten, because that increasing damage does, you know, as it stacks, really starts to suck. It's not much fun. Alright guys, let's get to the last and final boss, Dragul the Underking. Alright guys, finally the last boss is Dragul the Underking. Quite simple fight. There is a lot of damage that is output on this fight as well. As far as the abilities go, the healer, he's going to cast Molten Crash, which does quite a bit of damage. Was it like 728,000 nature damage? Now, as far as the tank goes, when he casts that ability, you need to have an active mitigation. If you don't use active mitigation while that attack is being used, the tank is going to suffer an additional 536,873 nature damage. They also get knocked back. So just pop your active mitigation, you know, as he's getting ready to use that ability, you'll be fine. With this one here, he's going to use an ability that is, he's got crystal spikes, and they are casted at an enemy, or one of the players. You see him right there on the left. Right, I just teleported behind it. But he casts those at the player, avoid them, don't get hit by it. It's an additional 728,000 damage that you'll take. So, it's a shit ton of damage, man. But whenever he casts Magma Wave, which you just saw, you need everyone, tank included, get behind those crystal spikes. You get behind them, you're not going to take any damage. You know, gives the healer a little bit of time to catch up. You know, get everybody topped off. You're good to go. Other than that, just continue DPS him. He summons that one god that you're seeing over there. You can DPS him down extremely simple. You don't have to really worry about running away. As far as the fight itself, I mean, I personally didn't find it difficult. There is a lot of damage that comes out, but as me being a Mistweaver monk, it's extremely easy to heal through. I get everybody topped off, usually, with no problem. The healers shouldn't have to pop too terribly any cooldowns to keep everybody up, depending on which class you are. I mean, that's really about it, man. There's not too terribly much to know as far as this fight goes. It's very simple. Alright, guys, well, this is just the regular mythic. I do have some mythic +2 with the keystone. I've got that recorded. We'll go over that fight here shortly. Not too terribly much. There's really not much that's changed. The only difference is the enemies have 8% increased damage and 8%. I believe it's 8%. I think it's 8%. But their health is increased and their damage is increased. But I've had a lot of people, you know, that I know have asked for it, so I will be making sure to get that out so everybody can see it. I find the Mythic Plus is a lot of fun. It's always better because right now Mythics, they're a joke. The way it feels to me, your regular dungeons, that's basically just extra content. You're out questing. There's nothing to them. Heroics is basically the original, back in the day, they're, your basic normal dungeons. And the Mythics are heroics. There's been too many people, they're stressing, oh, you need an 830 item level, blah, 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 to start doing Mythics. It's a joke. The guild that I was in at the time, once I hit 810, we started doing the Mythics real soon. I think we were, 800, maybe 805 item level. And it's a bit more difficult, but as long as you are following the mechanics, you're going to be just fine. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. In the comment section, like I said, in the previous ones, let me know which dungeons you're interested in seeing next. I'll make sure to try to put them ahead of the list and get those out there quicker for you. Alright, guys, y'all have a good day.